If you're new and you don't know what direction to go, you want to learn how to paint, but because there's acrylics and there's oils, you don't know which one you'll prefer. Well, first of all, this painting is done with nothing but acrylics, and I wanted to show you the process of the beginning of my portrait painting. And it's good to know both because the acrylics dry fast, and because of the fact that it dries fast, you can always start your painting off with acrylics and create a mixed media and then finish it off with oils. And it is an advantage. So it's time savings, and it's also, acrylics are very forgiving. So you can start off your painting by drawing out the layout and then getting yourself set up for your painting, kind of like creating your roadmap. And the different type of finish that you get, acrylic versus oil. Acrylic is a little more flat, but when you end up using it properly, you can get a higher depth, and your values make a big difference too to create that depth. But I'm going to say that an oil finish in comparison, the oil has a little more depth, and I'm going to call it more of a luxurious depth. So it's up to you which direction you want to go to, but I would actually recommend that you learn both because, like I said, you can start off your painting and start creating your little roadmap to where your beginning process will actually be quicker, being that oils don't dry as fast. Oils can take a long time to dry, and you would have to be waiting, and sometimes we get into that momentum to where we just want to continue painting, but we can't because we have to stop and wait for the oils to dry, and acrylic is not like that. So mixed media is a good technique. I would recommend learning one first and then the other. And I learned how to do acrylics first, and actually did for 30 years. And I didn't really know how to use oils up until 2 years ago. I took an online art class, and I learned how to use oils. But from what they taught me, yes, it did help, but the only thing that helped me even more so was by practicing it, trying to understand it. So learn what you can on how to apply oils versus acrylics, and it'll benefit you so much. Okay, so now back to my process. I wanted to create this little video here on showing you how I start my abstract paintings, or some of my paintings, because not all I start the same way. This is just one method. But if you notice at the very beginning, I did have the blank canvas where I drew out the face. I just wanted to figure where my composition was going to be and where it was pleasing to my eye. When you create a composition, you want it to be using the rule of thirds. If you divide your canvas into 3 parts, both vertical and horizontal, you will get your focal point on the points of where each corner meets, and that will give you the better composition to create your focal point. And so anyhow, here what I'm doing is putting some molding paste. Okay, you can create your molding paste texture at the very, very beginning, but because I didn't know exactly what I wanted, I just kind of did this sort of like just thinking of ideas at the time of my process. And so I love texture, and so now that I have my composition and everything kind of laid out, I know where I want to create some texture, and that's why I went ahead and I did it this way. And then I showed you the difference on the palette knives that I was using. I had a long one that I started with, and I didn't like the feel, so I switched over to that shorter one that had the flat edge, and I had a little more control over it. Okay, so now I'm working on the face. I want to create an abstract realism portrait painting, and it's nothing but acrylics, like I said at the beginning. And I'm just creating my values, and I have my lights. I want her face to be dark on the right side with a shadow, and the light coming from the left direction of her face. And so I'm just creating my values. I'm not worried about perfection. As a matter of fact, at this point, you should not even focus on perfection. And I'm going nothing but freehand here. Just looking at my source, and test yourself, okay? Some people use different methods of how to paint. Some people use projectors. Some people will use a grid technique. Some will use a proportional tool, and learn how to do all those different techniques, so that if you're struggling, you can use all or one or the other. When I create my background for my abstract, I'm very, very loose. I've talked about several times on learning how to be loose with your brushwork. This is what actually helped me a lot when I started painting on canvas. I never knew this technique existed. I was always, starting my paintings with perfection, and I was able to tackle my paintings, but it was more difficult. So if you can just start focusing by just being loose and, just throwing down some paints. If you like abstract, then this is how I would recommend that you do it, because this is what has worked for me. But start off loose, and then you can finish off, by creating your details, now becoming a little tighter with your brush strokes, and even starting from large brushes to small brushes. Consistency, I start off thin, as you saw, and then just gradually work myself up to thicker. And then I start out with light colors and work from to my darks. And then once I see that the process is almost towards the final, I work backwards. I go with my darks and then finish off with my lights. And the same goes for oil. If I switch over and I create a mixed media, I start with my darks, because I've already got my full layout ready for me. And then I finish off with my lights, and you leave your highlights towards the end. But there are times when you kind of start putting highlights on there, and it's actually good, because if you think that your eye needs to see that highlight on there so you can create something else, then by all means do that. Okay, guys, let me know if this helped you. And just for those of you that don't know me, my name is Margie, and I am trying to post a little video once a weekend, and a little short, maybe a couple here and there on weekends. So thank you. I hope it helped you, and follow and do all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the next video. Also, there'll be another video at the end cap. I hope it attaches. Thanks. Bye.